Hello, today we're going to be reading this book that is called Bean. It's about the life cycle of the bean seeds. What would the garden be like without beans? People grow beans because they are good to eat. But the bean pods also have another purpose. They contain seeds that will grow into new bean plants. So these are the bean pods. And inside them there are the bean seeds, like in the front cover of our book. You see here? These are the bean seeds inside the pod. Over there, have the pod and the seeds. Pods are the fruit of the bean plants. If you run your fingers up and down a bean pod, you will feel bumps. Each bump is a seed. Split open a pod to see its seeds. If you put a bean seed in soil and give it water, something magical will happen. Inside each seed is a tiny plant or embryo. The seed also has two large white sections called seed leaves. They are full of food for the embryo. If you can see here, if you have a bean, you can open it up and you can see that it has two little leaves. So they will grow later, and the embryo is this one. Okay? In moist soil, the seed slowly swells with water. The embryo's tiny root begins to grow. The root breaks through the outer shell or seed coat and pushes downward into the soil. The seed has germinated. So here, as you can see, the embryo is growing and push and broke the skin of the bean seed. A pale green shoot begins to grow. It pushes up and forces the seed, leaves, and seed coat apart. The seed coat falls to the ground. So this is what's going to happen if you planted a seed, a bean seed before. You see, this is the skin. It's coming out, and then we have a little shoot. This is called a shoot. Okay? Look at that. The skin is going to fall, and from the bean seed, you're going to see leaves coming out. The shoot has two new leaves. They spread open to face the sun. As plants need sun, they have to open and they look up to the sun. And if you see here, this is still the bean, and over there too, the bean seed. The seedling keeps growing. More leaves form. The leaves make food for the whole plant. To make food, they use water from the ground, light from the sun, and carbon dioxide from the air. Beetles and other insect pests come to eat the bean leaves. If the insects do not eat too many leaves, the plant will be strong enough to keep growing. When it is big enough, flower buds form. Soon they open into flowers. So if you see here, this is the leaf of the bean plant over here too. But there are some insects that they come and they like to eat the leaves. So if they don't eat if they eat the leaves, the plant is going to die. But if they don't eat the leaves, we're gonna see some little flowers growing. This is a flower bud. A flower bud. These are the colors of the flowers of the bean plant. Bees and other insects visit the flowers to sip the sweet nectar. A yellow dust called pollen sticks to the insects' bodies. When the insects move to other flowers, the pollen rubs off. It fertilizes tiny eggs deep inside the flower. So the flowers have some sugar and the bees come to drink it. Okay, that's what the book is saying. The eggs begin to grow into new seeds. A bean pod forms around them. So you see, after there are the flowers, the bean pods start to grow, and then inside the pods there will be the bean seeds. The flowers wither and drop off, but the pod keeps growing. The seeds inside get bigger. Fruit and seeds are good to eat. Some people pick the pods. If they save some seeds and plant them the next spring, the seeds will grow into new bean plants. So here are the pods. They are grown up now, they are big, and then if you plant the seeds inside, they will become new plants. This is a challenge. Can you put this in order? So what happens first? So you can tell me which one happened first later in your app before you look to the answer. Okay, then I'll take a picture of the answer. Okay, and this is the end.